Hello, everybody. This is Carla, and I am back with another review. This time, it's for the first episode of season 2 of the show Scorpion. This episode is titled Satellite of Love, and if that's ever a good name, I don't know what it is. So basically, what we're doing in this episode is there is a Russian satellite that is apparently falling out of the sky, and it's full of plutonium, and it's going to happen to fall exactly on Pasadena, and the Scorpion team has to find a way to either take it down or change its trajectory so that it falls in the ocean, and basically they just come up with all sorts of crazy ways to do that, either like shooting a missile at it, or hacking into it, or shooting it, actually going up in a weather balloon to like the upper atmosphere and shoot an EMP at the satellite in order to reboot its systems. Like, it's all these giant catastrophic possibilities that just make me so happy that this show is back. Scorpion, how I've missed you. Seriously, you just cannot reach the levels of insanity that this show can produce. So, basically, it was a really interesting beginning. It made me laugh a lot. I mean, the show always makes me laugh, but there were little things that made me laugh in this episode, like at the beginning when we suddenly randomly see Gene Simmons in there, and I didn't know he was going to be in the episode, so I wasn't expecting it, and it made me laugh a lot. Obviously, the whole not working for Homeland anymore thing wasn't going to stick, so Cape's back in his job, and Scorpion's back in his job, and of course, that was gonna happen. Come on, we all knew it. I do like the addition of Alana Lagarza, because I love Alana Lagarza. She is awesome, and she should be bigger than she is in Hollywood, just saying, because she is a great actress, and I don't know, I like seeing her, because I've seen her play a few different characters in a few different TV shows, and I really like it when she gets to like stand up and be the strong, commanding female officer person. Like, I like seeing her in those authority positions. So I think this one is probably gonna be really good. And I look forward to seeing what she does, because she seems to be very politically minded in this show, and I think I would like to see, because as we know, the Scorpion team does not follow the book when it comes to the things they do. So I look forward to seeing how she clashes with that, because it's bound to happen, let's face it. How she clashes with that. It was also interesting. The whole action figure thing really made me laugh, because there they are, like, goofing around with this action figure, super fun guy action figure, and I'm just sitting here like, dude, if you really wanted to be serious about your collectibles, why is it out of the box? That was the first thing that crossed my mind. And I mean, poor Sly, I love him, but let's face it, that was a fail there. As far as the actual characters are concerned, well, I really liked what they did with Paige here, because again, for the first season, there was a long time where she wasn't really doing anything. She's sort of like the heart figure of the group. Like, if you think of it in Captain Planet things, Captain Planet kind of type situation, she's the heart of the group, and normally the heart doesn't do much. And for the first few episodes of the first season, Paige wasn't really doing much to show her value as a group, as part of the group, not because of her necessarily, but because the writers just weren't giving her stuff to do. So I like that that got better as the season went on, and I like that they still are trying to give her something to do. this time around, like, because Walter's hand is messed up, so she's the one that types, basically, while everybody else is thinking of genius strategies to save the world. So that's one good thing. It's not necessarily particular to her, because a lot of people can type, but she's kind of the only one they trust. The only one Walter trusts to not mess up when he can't actually do things himself. So that was interesting. And speaking of Walter and Paige, of course, we have to talk about this romance thing that they have going on, because it's so funny. They're so awkward around each other, and you know, it might get old after a while, but it hasn't for me yet. Every scene they have is just funny. I'm not necessarily like shipping them hardcore or anything, but it makes me laugh how awkward they are with each other. And it's just, I like it because of that. So I like that I for a second there I thought it was gonna get resolved really fast, like that they would actually, you know, happen in this episode, and I'm glad it didn't, not totally at least, because I just like seeing them interact awkwardly with each other. Another thing that I just really loved about this episode was Toby. Toby comparing himself to Mold. Like, that is the best comparison I've ever seen in my life. Not necessarily because it's accurate, but because it's so, what? You know, it's like, what the heck did you just say? And he totally thinks it makes sense. And Happy totally sees that it makes sense. And it's just perfect. It made me, I laughed for like 5 minutes straight. I had to pause the video actually to laugh, because it was such a weird thing to say that I couldn't take it. I would like to see where, because I don't think it was clear enough. I'm glad that Happy finally confessed that she's scared of being in a relationship with Toby, and I love the, like, those two I really ship. Like, I really want them to be together, and I know it probably will be like very up and down with them, because that's just the way they are, but I really like them together. So I like that Toby hasn't given up, because I think Toby's the type to give up on things when they start being too difficult, and I know that he acknowledges that, but he sees it as something natural for human beings to do, that when things get too difficult, we just forget about it and try something else. And I like that he hasn't given up on Happy yet. So that's what I got out of that, and I don't exactly know where they're going after Happy's admission that she's scared, but I hope we get at least a couple interesting episodes out of that. So let's see. We didn't get much of Sly, really, because he was just there. So I hope we get to see more of him, because I love Sly. Sly's my favorite character, and I think he deserves a lot more focus than he gets in the show. So all in all, I'm glad Scorpion is back. I am very happy to see that they, like, this show, just when you think they can't get any more outlandish, they get more outlandish. So, and that's what I love about it, because even if normally I would be completely like, what the heck are they saying? This doesn't happen this way, or the science is just crazy here or something. That normally that would make me upset, but this show doesn't take itself seriously at all. I love that they acknowledge what they are, and that they just want to make it as crazy as possible. And I look forward, if this is an indication that season 2 is going to be crazier and crazier, then I love it. So I'm very happy that Scorpion is back. I'm very glad. It was pretty good episode, and it just made me laugh so much. So I'm really happy. that the season has started, and I can go back to watching this show and its crazy, crazy antics. So yeah, that's about it for this episode, I guess. And just if you guys want to see more Scorpion reviews, we did a season 1 review as a whole, as a binge watch report, so you can check it out over at thegeekypub.com, and also visit the website so that you can read and listen to a lot of other reviews for other shows that you might actually also love. So I will see you guys in my next review. Bye.